In the previous session, we have seen what are the actual meaning of what is the meaning of standing wave and the standing wave ratio, how it is defined, that is SWR. We have even seen how for a short circuit and open circuit, the standing waves look like. What are the points of nodes and antinodes? This is for open circuit. The points of nodes and antinodes for voltage and current. And similarly for short circuit, they get exchanged. And for a smooth line, for a dissipation-less line, this maximum and minimum values, they appear observed. And the so please go through it. Okay, in today's session, we are going to discuss the continuation of the standing wave ratio. In the previous class, we have seen how the equation is defined, how the ratio is defined, this rho, V max by Vmin, and an important derivation, we still have to do it. It is about the relationship between this, SWR and the reflection coefficient. For this particular derivation, we want a pair of equations which are directly taken in your textbook. Two equations they have taken. The derivation starts with these two equations. However, in the previous session, we have already seen how those two equations can be determined. Starting from the basics, that is the transmission line equations, pair of transmission line equations. We took the circuit as a reference. We used the initial conditions, that is boundary conditions. By making use of boundary conditions, we found B plus and B minus. Then we substituted those values and a little mathematical arrangement, taking some things common, modification and substitution of ZL value. With these, we arrived finally at this. You can go through the recording. It is available how we achieved this equation. Now the relationship between these two, rho and tau, it starts with this equation itself. The voltage and current line, these are the equations. V is in terms of tau, you can see. I is also in terms of tau. Now, for a dissipation-less line, okay, this was the question even I had asked you in the previous session, what do you mean by dissipation? Try to get the answer. So for a dissipation-less line, is alpha plus j beta, it is phase constant. For a dissipation-less line, 0. That's why for a dissipation-less line, the no resistance value, okay, so whatever is transmitted incident, the same will be propagated without any attenuation. That's why alpha is 0. We will be considering only the beta term, phase constant. So it goes under the phase change equated to gamma. So these are the considerations for a dissipation-less line. And reflection coefficient having its magnitude and the phase. Theta is the phase angle. Okay. So with these things, what we will do, we will try to make use of these assumptions in our pair of equations. And before that, every time writing this particular outside term, which is such a big term, dl zl plus z naught divided by 2zl and 2z naught, instead of doing that, what we will do, we will assign this as say some value v dash. Okay, no doubt v dash is equal to this big term. So for simplicity, again and again repeating the same term, it won't make you sense. Instead of that, let me just take this complete whole round circled value is equal to v dash. So what all I have done, alpha is 0, gamma is equal to j beta, then tau, it is having both its magnitude and the phase. Tau magnitude, theta is the phase. And for simplicity, whatever this amplitude, the value is there outside this bracket term, it is I will consider v dash. So substituting all this, and whatever I am deriving this equation, it is I am deriving it for voltage equation. Whatever is applicable for voltage equation, the same thing is applicable for current equation as well. Because when we have defined the SWR, we have defined in general as either it is voltage or current. Okay, it is either voltage or current, the ratio. So I will derive it for V. But in specific, if the question is for current, you should, analogously, you should do the changes. That's it. So let us start. I will consider the first equation only. So for our consideration, let me take the first in terms of voltages. So what is V of Z will be outside term, which I'm considering as V dash. And e raised to gamma z, gamma is j beta, so I have substituted that, plus tau as it is, but tau is having both its amplitude and the phase. I have written that, and e raised to minus gamma z. So gamma is j beta. This much I have substituted, and little rearrangements in the phase. You can see these two things as it is, even this is as it is. This I have clubbed together. Minus j beta z plus j theta. Okay, exponential terms are clubbed. A into b, e raised to a into e raised to b is e raised to a plus b. And then in the next step, let me take e raised to j beta z common. If I take this common, the first term I will get is 1 plus tau as it is. Here you don't have e raised to plus j beta z. You have minus. That's why divide it by e raised to j beta z. Hope you got this. Taking e raised to j beta z common. And further in the next step, this I have kept as it is. These two things I have kept as it is. This exponential terms, the phase terms are rearranged. Check out. You have a theta. You have minus beta z, you have plus beta z. Don't cancel these exponential terms. The one is minus, one is plus. So if this denominator term goes to the numerator, even that will become minus. Minus and minus 2 times. So if you rearrange and solve the powers of this exponential, what you will get is e raised to this j beta 2 times. So minus j beta, 2j beta, and exponentially theta. And further in the next step, these two are same. I have again clubbed this theta and 2 beta z, minus 2 beta z like this. Taking e raised to minus j common, you will be getting 2 beta z minus theta. This is an important equation. Okay. If you observe this equation, in this equation, you have phase and magnitude. Check out. Don't consider this as inside the phase. Actually speaking, anything. See, I'm considering voltage. Voltage is given by V e raised to j theta. Like it is having its magnitude and phase. So if you compare this with this particular equation, you have V dash. Okay, it looks like this amplitude term, and you have this whole bracket term, which also looks like this amplitude, and you have exponential term e raised to j beta z. So except this, except your e raised to j beta, except this is your phase. All other these two terms, they are your magnitudes. So you have to consider the magnitude only, because when we are dealing with the SWR definition, we have taken magnitudes only. You can just see here, magnitudes are taken. That's why I'm considering the magnitude only. So if I consider magnitude only, don't get confused with this term. If you have this whole thing, don't think that this becomes your phase. So a phase need to be neglected. Actually, in this complete term, this is your phase, e raised to j beta z, and this whole bracket and v dash will become your amplitude. So I'm taking the amplitude of this. You will get v dash and this bracket term. Okay. So in this, if you see, when your voltage becomes, when this value, the magnitude gets maximum value. So that depends upon, see, V dash is in terms of what? VL, ZL, Z0. Okay, this V dash. And tau, again, tau is ZL minus Z0 by ZL plus Z0. So the only possibly left is this power. Okay. This V dash is ZL Z0 जो already transmission line में दिए होते हैं. Okay, those parameters are fixed, and even tau value, even that is also dependent on ZL and Z0. So the only possibility left to check is this power, that is minus j 2 beta z minus theta. This minus j, you remove it, because e raised to j theta, out of this theta is your phase, not j theta. Okay, theta is your phase. Theta is what? 2 beta z minus theta. This is your important term, which will decide whether your amplitude is hitting maximum or minimum. Okay, so when you will get this value, this amplitude maximum, you have already studied about the interference chapters in your physics. You have studied about constructive. There is a condition to get the maxima. Okay, what is that condition? Try to recall. Whatever the angle is there, it should be the multiple of 2n pi, because when we get the maximum value, whenever the two components, they are in phase and they get added in phase, that's why it is 2n pi. Okay, n is the integer, n value 0, 1, 2, 3, anything. So that time when this angle 2 beta z minus theta is the multiple of 2n pi, that time your amplitude will become maximum. Why I am concentrating on maximum value? Because we have defined this SWR as Vmax by Vmin. So I want to have Vmax and Vmin values. That's why I'm concentrating on this amplitudes. When this amplitude becomes maximum, and in the next I will check when this amplitude will become minimum. So I will see what is maximum and minimum V, and then I will take the ratio. Fine. So this is your maximum condition. What is the condition? This angle value, this exponential power, this angle should be the multiple of 2n pi. That is when two components are in phase. So whatever, even in this z, the distance is there, at this z equals to z. So nothing but you should put it the magnitude tau . Okay, so when you expand this e raised to j theta, it is cos theta plus j sin theta. So if you similarly expand it, this will become cos 2n pi minus j sin 2n pi. So sin pi's multiples will be 0. So cos pi's, the value of this exponential term will be 1. Okay, it is equal to 1. That's why how you can write this equation, Vmax equals to this mod of V dash 1 plus tau. This is your equation, and instead of V dash you can now finally put this also, but not necessary. Anyhow, at the end you will see that they gets cancelled. But if you want to write it, you can write the expanded form, what is V dash equals to. So this is, we got Vmax. Similarly, what we will do, whatever equation we have seen this equation for V, we will try to find its a minimum amplitude also. Just like how we did here, we have found the maximum amplitude for certain condition for this phase 2n pi. Similarly, this magnitude of this voltage V of Z, we will get minimum when two components are 180 degrees out of phase. In phase अगर है, then angle, that is phase is 2n pi, तब आपका amplitude maximum होगा. Similarly, जब two components, when they are out of phase, 180 degrees out of phase, that time you will get minimum value. And what is the phase value? Here it is 2n pi, here it is 2n plus 1 pi. Okay, that is the difference. So if you take, so at Z is equal to Z minimum.
Ma'am, screen is not visible.
Okay, just a second. Okay, now it's visible. Okay, let me just repeat it. We have found the maximum amplitude, that is Vmax, because we want VSWR, that is Vmax by Vmin, that too amplitude only. We are considering only the magnitudes. We are interested in the magnitudes. If we take the ratio of Vmax by Vmin magnitudes, we will get the SWR. So Vmax, how we get, depending upon the condition. What is the condition? This angle, it should be the 2n pi, multiples of 2n pi. Then the amplitude will be maximum. Two components are in phase. Because of this, we got Vmax is equal to V dash, that to mod, okay, amplitude only, a magnitude V dash 1 plus minimum value. Now, what is the condition of this value to be minimum is 80 degrees out of phase. यहाँ पे in phase रहेंगे. So यहाँ पे in phase के लिए the condition was this phase 2 beta z minus theta जो है exponential का power जो है, इसका value 2n, this phase value will be 2n plus 1 pi. I think this is the destructive interference minima. So with this condition, let us find what is the minimum value. So here we have found Vmax. Now Vz will become V minimum. It is equal to V dash 1 plus tau, as it is. You can see. Let me just quickly show you. Okay, we are here. V of Z will become so the angle will be 2n plus 1 pi. So that this is the difference. Here it is 2n pi. Here it is 2n plus 1 pi. Okay, with these differences, let's see what is V minimum. V dash is as it is 1 plus tau. Okay, for time being 1 plus term 2n plus pi. I think this will become your minus 1. Substitute n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. You will get expanded e raised to j theta cos plus j sine. E raised to minus j 2n plus 1 pi will be cos 2n plus 1 pi minus j sine 2n plus 1 pi. So try to substitute. You will get this value as minus 1. Alternative cos 0, cos pi, cos 2 pi. You know, alternative plus minus plus minus. You will get, for earlier this exponential term we got 1. Here this exponential term we will get minus 1. That's why this is multiplied by minus 1 and plus into minus, this will become minus 1 minus tau. Okay, hope you understood this. So we have got two equations. One is for maximum voltage, the other one is minimum voltage. How we started? We started with two equations, basic equations, V and I, which we have already derived in the previous session. And important part to note here is this equation has already tau. Okay, this tau parameter is already there. If I can get Vmax and Vmin, I'm talking about only first equation, voltage equation. If I can get Vmax and Vmin, this now we have found. If I take the ratio, I will get rho. If I take the ratio, I will get rho, and the equation has already tau. So that is where our heading lies. What is the heading? We are learning about the concept of relation between a rho and tau. So we can find the relationship with this way. So this Vmax we have got and Vmin we have got. In order to find this rho, we need to take the ratio. So let's take the ratio of these equations. From the definition, we know that yes, WR rho is equal to Vmax by Vmin. If you take the ratio, anyhow this V dash gets cancelled. That's why I said there is no need of repeatedly writing this again and again. Simply write V dash at the end. If you take the ratio, it gets cancelled. And numerator is 1 plus tau, because if you see Vmax has 1 plus tau. And Vmin is having 1 plus tau by 1 minus tau. Important relationship for problems. Okay. And you can even rearrange this equation. How? By using the componendo and dividendo as as a note, star note I have given you. There is one more relationship. You can extend this derivation. Rho by 1 is equal to 1 plus tau by 1 minus tau. Please don't forget to put this magnitude symbol. It is very important. We are not considering the phase here, because whenever in the problems they give you tau with a phase, that time when you calculate SWR in the next problems part, let's see that. Nothing but rho by 1 by componendo and dividendo of my plus 1 is equal to 1 plus tau minus 1 minus tau divided by 1 plus tau plus 1 minus tau. यहाँ पे minus आएगा, यहाँ पे plus आएगा. Minus plus. Okay. So I think in the numerator 1 gets cancelled. You'll get 2 tau. So 2 gets cancelled anyhow. So rho minus 1 by rho plus 1 is equal to tau. So these two relationships, this which I have put in this box, rho is equal to 1 plus tau by 1 minus tau. And the tau is equal to rho minus 1 by rho plus 1. These two are important. You are using these equations in problems. Now, important one more thing. In the problems, okay, instead of giving you rho and tau, if they give you the voltage values, maximum and minimum, that time if some parameters are to be calculated, then how you can modify the equation. Okay, so you know that already tau, from this relationship, tau is equal to rho minus 1 by rho plus 1. What I can write here, tau is equal to, rho is by the definition Vmax by Vmin. You know this. Okay, minus 1 I will keep it as it is. This is your numerator. Denominator you have rho again. By the definition it is Vmax by Vmin. plus 1. What I will do, I will take the LCM, Vmax minus Vmin divided by Vmin. Here also take the LCM, Vmax plus Vmin divided by Vmin. If I take the LCMs, both denominators are Vmin only, they get cancelled. You will be left with tau equals to Vmax minus Vmin by Vmax plus Vmin. Please don't forget to put these magnitude signs. They are important here. Whenever you are considering the SWR, they are important. Only magnitudes are to be considered. So this is one more equation. In problems, you're going to use it. Now coming to some important points. What is the significance? Okay, SWR का value जब आप problem solve करोगे, you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, some values you'll get. So what is the significance? What do you mean by that? The SWR of a pure traveling wave, okay, it is not, that is dissipationless line. You are not having any standing waves. The value will be ideally equal to 1. SWR equals to 1. What do you mean by that? It means there are no reflected waves there. So there is no concept of what? It is a dissipationless line. And SWR of a standing wave, agar purely standing wave agar generate ho raha hai, which in one or two videos which I had shared with you, if you go through the pure standing waves, you can see it, how they are generated by means of a rope. Okay, for pure standing waves, the value of SWR is infinity. So 1 and infinity signifies SWR values for a pure traveling wave and for a standing wave. Similarly, these important things you should remember. I think ये जो आप values देख रहे हैं, when you go for your ADC lab, probably this might be helpful to you. What should be the values? You know, you will be doing one experiment also to find the SWR. So SWR value, it is always greater than or equal to 1. So ये value जो है 1 indicates pure traveling wave, 1 से ज़्यादा रहेगा, so 1 to infinity vary होगा, not less. Fraction में नहीं आएगा, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 नहीं होगा. But however, for tau, if you see the value, maximum value you can get is 1, not more than that. So 1.2, 1.3 practically नहीं आने वाला है. Reflection coefficient. Okay, reflection coefficient, it is the ratio. It cannot be. I have told you already. It is just like your efficiency and redundancy. Efficiency cannot be more than 100%. The maximum value itself is 1, right? 100%. So that's why remember this. These are some ranges which you should remember. Even जब आपके problems में अगर आपको the numbers, the values which you get is more than this, you can verify that yes, my answer is correct, my answer is wrong. Okay. Now coming to the problems, very simple problems are there. These are your textbook problems which I have shared with you in the Google Classroom. A transmission line has a characteristic impedance Z0 is given to you and load impedance ZL. So both are given to you, ZL and Z0. You need to calculate reflection coefficient and SWR. Reflection coefficient, you know how to find, because tau is related to these impedances in this manner. Tau equals to ZL minus Z0 by ZL plus Z0. You know this relationship. Directly the values of these resistant impedances are given to you. So substitute them. I've substituted that. I have got a result. The directly I have written the answer, but you need to do certain work here. You need to polar form both, and finally 0.377 minus 42